Hello students, we're going to talk about the peer review assignment. So the first thing that we need to understand is the model assignment sheet. Once you read over that and make sure that you understand what the parameters of the assignment are, that will help you a lot. I'm sure that you've already done that though. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to take a look at is the hierarchy of concerns. Okay, and the most important thing to note is that it is a hierarchy, and it helps us figure out what areas to address first. And there's a very important reason for doing that. For instance, especially when you're writing longer manuscripts, if you start at the very bottom and start nitpicking at all of the sentences and stuff, you may actually go back and realize that I don't even need this section, and delete pages of your draft which aren't needed. And that is a huge waste of time to be way down at this level when you're not finished thinking about the global level first. So that's all that the hierarchy of concerns does. It doesn't say that there's one that's more important than the other. It's just the way that streamlines your revision process. It's just like cleaning a room. You want to start at the top of the room, because if you start at the bottom of the room and clean the floor before you've cleaned the counters, you're going to make extra work for yourself. So this is to help you alleviate that. So the very most important thing to attend to first is the thesis. When you are looking at your partner's essay, you're going to think about how well they're staying on track. Is it clear what their purpose is, and does it fit a 5-page paper? Is it too complex? Is it too simplistic? Anything that you think of in regards to the main point of the paper is under this category. And to be honest, I worked with all of you on creating a really solid thesis statement. So the thesis statement itself should not need a lot of revision. However, if the person is straying from that statement, then that's something very important to attend to and let them know that it seems like their essay is going in a couple of different directions. The second item that we attend to in the hierarchy of concerns is development. And development means that those sections in the middle of our outline that we worked on, are each one of those sections fully developed so that we understand exactly what the author is trying to tell us. Is it organized? Is it clear? Do we need more statistics? Do we need more examples? So that kind of information is what we attend to under development. The third section refers to organization, and many of us are doing problem solution / cause and effect style papers, even though it does fall under the classical argument structure. So you just want to make sure that structure that we're all using flows. Like, does the person launch into the solution before they've really discussed the problem? That you need to let them know, okay, I don't really understand what the problem is, and you're trying to tell me what the solution is already, and I'm very confused. So that kind of feedback is very important, and that falls under the category of organization. And sometimes the paragraphs don't necessarily flow together well either, and we might say, well, you kind of jumped from this point to this point, but there's something missing in the middle that I don't understand. That's another important organizational issue to attend to. The fourth concern is paragraphs, and within that paragraph also transitions. So we had a lecture that talked about the basic paragraph format. Is the author using it? If they're not, then you can easily go back to our revision strategies list, copy that and paste that section, put it into your letter of analysis, and say, here's a strategy that would be good for you to incorporate in this paper. And then you can check off that you've used something from our revisions list in your letter of analysis, which is a requirement for this assignment. It is important to number the paragraphs, and you'll see that in the sample that I'm going to show you, so that it's very easy to refer to and say, in paragraph 4, I noticed that there wasn't a clear topic sentence, or it seems to have 2 ideas in there and you might want to separate them. Whatever it is, it's very easy for both of you to refer to. And then you can also note in this section about where there are transitions that work well and where some transitions may be needed. And then the 5th level, like I said, is more style and mechanics. You're probably not going to get down to that level at when we're just looking at a first draft, so don't really sweat that too much, although I am asking you to highlight some sentences that are really well constructed or seem to be really really good at getting the author's point across, because feedback is important, and positive feedback is extremely important. I had one person who had a wonderful section in her paper, and when I got the next draft, she had completely deleted that section, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that this was a really good section in your paper and it was really important, and please put it back because we need that." So positive feedback is very important, and it's also nice to hear too. So anything that stands out to you as being especially poetic or moving or effective is really nice for the author to hear. Okay, so next we are going to move on to the actual letter of analysis.